Try.
I texted him. He didn't answer.
Okay.
All we can do is try.
This is exciting. It's great to be on, boys, by the way, I have to say.
What time is it out there, Des?
So it is midnight exactly.
Wow.
All right. So
Second dream by midnight.
Yeah. Hey,
So,
you know,
I would like to welcome everybody to, what is this? The fourth Taste Tester Tuesday now?
Third.
Fourth session.
Well, who you ask?
Third.
The
The
team
third?
or
I'm asking, no, not us. I'm talking about as the panelists started.
I was gonna say because no way I can remember.
I think it's the fourth.
I think this is 4.
All right, so 4. So welcome. We have our usual suspects here. We added some new faces. So I will introduce myself. I am Ray, aka the Teflon Don. I am a proprietor of the Cigar Clowns. I have my partner Danny. Danny CLoWnS is one of my other partners. I got Murph, who is another proprietor of the Cigar Clowns. I have Bart, who is also one of my other partners. Nick is not going to be joining us this evening because he got caught up with some family stuff. So I don't know where Joe is. Joe should be on momentarily. We have the roadies in the building. The roadies are Pat, Frank, Mark, and where is the Reverend Mike? There's Mikey on the bottom. I watched that. Those are our day one supporters who've been following us for the pretty much since the beginning, since we started this underground. And then we've added a couple of our reviewers that we've been friendly with for the past 2.5, almost 3 years, which is 505 Cigar Review, which is Danny. Then you got Joe of the Evil Empire. In our last taste tester, we added on Mr. Boston Jimmy, Cigar Royalty himself, who we appreciate very much, who's been following us since our cult underground following started. We also have Saran, who's the number 33 clan, as we've deemed him. But that's an inside joke that not many people know. We'll tell the panel, but we won't tell anybody else what that means. We also added Sev, who is a big supporter of ours and been a big fan of ours recently, loves what we're doing, appreciates what we're doing. We appreciate him for the support that he gives us. He is new to the panel this time around for this taste tester. Also added Des from the Cigar Cabin, who also has been reviewing our sticks and kind of been going on the journey with us, except in the review aspect of it from across the pond. And another one of Cigar Royalty, which I know he's going to get mad at me for being humble to him because, again, I've stated on more than one occasion that I've been a big fan of Lee's for the longest time. And it is an honor and a privilege to have you and Boston Jimmy as part of this panel because I respect both of you guys immensely in this industry when it comes to reviewing cigars, and to have you guys, come through the process of what we're doing here as a brand and having your input and your feedback is much appreciated. So with that being said,
Great intro.
all right. Hey, listen, I gotta try. I gotta take Joe's place. This is usually Joe's baby, so I gotta fill in every single co-host. So tonight, I think we are smoking. I know nothing about the stick. This is the first time that I'm holding it in my hand. I haven't looked at it since I've received it. I literally took the bag out today because I kind of like to see mysterious. I'm assuming, Des, you got your what's it called there? Your measure for the ring gauge, right?
Yes. Yes. It says 6, but it goes snugly into the 50.
Okay, so we got a 6x50.
So
it looks like,
literally,
according to Boston Jimmy, it looks like a broadleaf. I don't know.
Well, it's that blotchy look to it. So, it does have that toothiness that you mentioned,
Right, super toothy.
but I'm trying
is,
not
yeah.
to say it's San Andreas. It just doesn't seem to be like San
No,
Andreas.
I have to agree with you on the broadleaf. The roughness plus also that kind of smell coming off of it
Yeah.
is
Kind of
that's leading me more to a broadleaf.
Yeah, it's kind of like a semi-closed foot too on mine at least.
it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, it is a
semi-closed.
semi-closed foot.
Right
Like,
around the
turn up
edges a little bit.
This is not going to come as a surprise to you guys, but off the wrapper, I got some floral
Very
sweetness
floral.
and a little
Sure.
bit of barnyard
Yep.
Barnyard and floral. Yeah.
off the cold draw, and wait for it. I get black tea off the cook.
You're fucking with us, right?
I
You're
definitely
fucking
get
with
I
us.
dropped the mic.
Black tea.
So a little disclaimer, there was a little bit of a kerfuffle with the taste tester this time around because, we don't ever start a taste tester off without there being a problem, whether it's on the network or whether we're trying to get Zoom or YouTube Live or Discord stream. So unfortunately, Lee Mac did not receive his Taste Tester Tuesday sticks. He will be receiving his bundle this week and will be ready to go for the next Taste Tester. So he'll be smoking this on his own and giving us his review at some point, hopefully next week. But a fun little add-on, he's smoking the Clown Zero, which is the first of the 3-ring circus for the first time while we're smoking the Taste Tester Tuesday. So we're looking forward to your thoughts on that, Lee.
Nice. I told Ray, I said, I need a cigar clown dictionary because I got all these clown cigars and I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. He said, go ahead, Boston Jimmy.
That's all right. We don't either.
We're still trying to figure it out.
Just go to stogiepress.com. You can find all the information on
I gave
Yeah,
him
pretty much, Joe. Except for the 3-ring circus. That's
free
that's
plug,
coming
free
out.
plug.
Tell you what, after cold draw, it's nice and easy. It's
Yeah.
lovely. It's got a lovely bit of resistance to it.
Yeah, let's go to
Liking
the
that.
closed foot, semi-closed foot.
Yeah, it's just resisting
Yeah.
that little bit, isn't it?
Did somebody say tea off of the cold draw?
Yeah, black
Yeah,
tea.
Sharon said T.
I can kind of feel that tea-ish as well off that cold draw, but
Ron, I gotta say, it's the first time you said something that I can actually understand and agree with. I taste that tea. It's
Okay.
exactly what it tastes like.
He says black tea every time, doesn't he?
He's got to be right once.
But it's
Yeah, I'm
the
gonna
first time I
say-
can actually taste it. Like I can actually say, yeah, I get that.
I'm
In
not
my
going to
defense,
disagree.
I've
There's also
gone
a
with
floral note.
green
to
tea,
it.
Yes.
Earl Grey, and black tea. Today I'm going with black tea.
Black tea. And floral.
Definitely floral. Floral's right on the cigar itself.
For sure, you're right.
Mm.
Interesting.
Get a little bit of pepper at the start there, very beginning.
So as
Like
we all,
anything.
as we all know, when we start these up, we don't really get much information on the blend. Kind of get little minute details. Joe, who's not here, has a little bit. He gets more of the details and kind of discloses them in the taste tester. So I'm just going by off of what I got. So it's pretty much like we always do. It's a blind. We don't know what we're getting into.
I do get the pepper and a little bit of chalkiness.
Yeah. Just the pepper at the moment for me.
I'm
Just
not
right.
getting as much pepper. You doing on a retro? You get pepper on a retro? Or
No, just off of the first couple of
Just,
puffs.
yeah.
It's a light pepper and then a chalkiness is also kind of.
I got the chalkiness, but it's chalkiness with it's like a cocoa powder.
So I got like a white pepper off the first retro. Second retro that died down, and I've got the same cocoa powder, Nesquik type.
Cocoa. Yeah, the cocoa on the retro aisle, I've got them.
Oh no, it's funny. I'm not really getting any pepper.
Yeah, I didn't get hardly. I mean, very. If there, it's there.
Very
but
subtle.
Every little.
Subtle, very subtle.
Yeah. Right. It's minimal.
Maybe you guys got the one with the ammonia still in it.
Mm.
It's got a nice aroma to it, though. So how long have you been doing this for now then? So, Ray, is it a few weeks now?
So
Or is
this is our
the fourth one, you say?
This is our fourth with the panel. This is the open book with everybody since the panel started. This is the fourth taste tester that we've done. So what we've been usually doing is we've been taking the taste tester, doing the 3 consecutive Tuesdays in a row, and then after we do the 3 consecutive Tuesdays, we take a week off. We get the sticks out. Make sure you guys have everything with the kerfuffle that we had this time around. I'm going to keep freaking throwing that out there because it's terrible about it. But yeah, and then we just kind of, we're just trying to add, a little more value each time and getting a couple more pallets around. We've been able to find at least since we started this, we've been able to find one stick that's actually went into production, got a clown band on it, which was picked in the taste tester, not the last one, the one before, which is the Payaso Flaco, which is going to Main Street on the 31st as the last act of the 3-ring circus, was picked in the taste tester Tuesday by this panel.
Now, which one is that, Ray?
That is the red one, Lee.
All right, the red one.
That is the Maduro Lancero, non-box pressed.
All right. Got it. And then what's this purple one that I'm smoking?
The purple one was the OGT exclusive. That was Act 1. That is a box press San Andreas Nicaraguan filler binder, 7.5 by 38.
Nice.
San Andreas.
So now I'm the one that got my package way early this time, and I'm not having to rush to the post office to pick it up on the Tuesday of.
That's good.
I think I received mine about 3 or 4 days ago. I was impressed.
Right, I think I got mine Friday.
Yeah, Ray, you forgot to mention we had another fellow Wisconsinite.
Right.
Seb's in the same town as
Right.
Joe.
Oh, no shit. I know.
They're
he's
the same
about-
state at least.
Right, he's about an hour and 15 from me.
It's actually nice not to see Seb in the car having to smoke for once.
Right? Right.
This is a monumental moment.
Right.
This is
Seb,
now the second time I've been on with you, Sev. You haven't been in a car.
no. Seb,
Right.
Seb,
I gotta kind of get away from that.
I thought
Seb,
he just
you were
lived with me.
supposed to do this from the baby seat in the car.
That's true.
I'm
Gotta
getting
follow
that. I'm getting
instructions,
that.
brother.
I'm getting that chocolate now. As I get to this part,
Right?
definitely on the retro. Definitely, that chocolate is definitely become more prominent.
I do
The
think
pepper
though,
seems
that
to have subsided. Very soft on the pepper, but that chocolate is really coming out.
I gotta
I
say
do
the
think that the
aroma
floral
off the
is-
smoke.
I-
The aroma off the smoke, the ortho on this is really nice, like sweet
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
smoke. I mean, it's yeah.
Right.
What were you gonna say, Jimmy?
I was gonna say, I think that the floral is just a little too forward on it right now.
Right.
I'd like to see it fade into the background a little bit and blend in with that cocoa a little more.
And this is the fun part. Let's see if it transitions.
Right.
That's what we want.
See if the sweetness comes in. If the sweetness starts to build on this, it's gonna be really nice.
Still
Well,
getting that
let's see.
subtle bit of pepper at the back of the throat, for sure.
Right. That's what I wrote down. But it's not. It's like it's there, but it's not there. I don't know. It's just it's the right amount of pepper.
And now it's just me. Like if I sit here and just let the smoke kind of just, go around my nasal passages, I almost get like a fireball cinnamon smell. If that
Ooh.
makes sense. You kind of just let it sit around your nostrils a little bit.
Yep.
I get like I don't know. That's what I was getting. Like it's almost like a spicy cinnamon.
I get the cinnamon, but I also kind of get like a little bit of a sweetness too, almost like a caramel or a toffee.
Right. Maybe toffee. Right. Yeah.
I was getting the caramel, but everyone kept saying chocolate, and I thought maybe I was confusing those flavors.
No, there's definitely pronounced cocoa without
Got
question.
yourself a chocolate nougat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without question. There's definitely chocolate there without question.
But it's weird because I'm getting like chocolate or caramel right off the bat, and then in the retro I'm getting floral, which is a interesting combination.
Yeah, that's
See how
what I'm
that
saying. It's that
See how that
floral-
develops.
Yeah, no,
Floral's
Jimmy
a
hit it
little
right on the
too-
head. It's a little too
forward.
much up front. If it kind of dies down a little bit, I think it needs to kind of fade just a little bit into that sweetness. I think if it fades a little bit into that sweetness.
If it fades away, it definitely it'll
I just
be a
took
little more
I took
balanced.
my headphones out. I just have it on the computer speaker. Let me know if you hear that, the background music.
No, that's a little bit better. That's
That's
better.
better.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna mute it every time I don't talk. This way it's easier.
Right.
But yeah, on the retro, I'm getting what Des is saying. It's like a light peppery, maybe more like a cocoa, something going on. But you can see where I'm at. Yeah, a little wave going, but that's
That burn
okay.
line is lovely.
The
That
construction
carbon,
of
that
this thing is
carbon ring
insane.
is lovely.
Yeah, same thing. A little bit of a wave. It'd be nice if that floral transitions into kind of a more of like a fruit note.
Yeah.
That
I
would
feel like
really
it almost
add a
wants. I
dimension.
feel like it almost wants to be like almost like raisin-esque, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I feel like
Yeah.
it kind of go
That's what I was
towards.
gonna say. If it can go towards a raisin.
Yeah, like that purple raisin, like that. It's trying to like transition, but it's not really quite there. But it's like on the tip, like almost the verge of kind of transitioning that way.
Right. You get it's like forward floral, and then right at the end, it's like
Dude, every time I smell this, to me, it just smells like fucking Fireball. Oh, it's weird.
I'm about halfway through the first third.
Yeah, I'm about where you're at.
That chalkiness has faded out on
Right.
it. But so far I'm in agreement on a lot of what everybody's saying.
There is a little bit of cinnamon coming through. Just something. I agree with you that raisin. I think that could certainly play a part in this. I'm hoping it will. That dry fruit.
It's definitely medium.
Then you get yourself a chunky bar out of it.
Sure.
right. Oh yeah.
It's definitely medium. This doesn't have a punch really at all.
Well, not yet. We don't know
Not
where
yet.
it's going.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, in the beginning.
If I smoke a cigar a half an inch in and it's punching me in the face, I'm in trouble.
That Scaramouche punched you in the face, did it not?
Yeah, but not hard. No,
96 rated Scaramouche I might throw out.
that was a
there.
beautiful cigar.
I got
That
that
was just
initial,
the tip
I
of
got
that
that initial white
Scaramouche.
pepper, and that got my senses going. So I'm glad it wasn't the harsh blast. I mean, it's been smooth all the way through. Just right now, it seems like a very medium-bodied smoke.
Yeah, very.
You know, not too over. You know, I'm getting decent dragon clouds out of it. I'm just having a tough time with the floral note. Just trying to pull that out. I'm still getting like a chalky, chocolatey thing with some white pepper on the background, but I'm, not getting the big floral. I got a little bit of floral, but not the big floral that you guys get.
In my opinion, that draw is so nice. It's just the right amount of draw for me.
Right.
Just
Right amount of
perfect. I've had-
resistance.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
very
it
well.
really
It's very
is.
well constructed and roll and
Yeah.
punched for sure.
But let me ask a question. You guys
Mine's
are
also
saying,
That's
burning.
razor sharp, buddy.
you guys are saying floral. What kind of floral?
Yeah, it's kind of a generic floral. I mean, it's
Kind of like walking into a flower store.
yeah. I'm not gonna say it's
Yeah.
a Cuban-esque floral. If
Yeah.
that makes sense to those that know Cuban cigars, it's not quite that. I agree. It's kind of like walking into that florist.
Right. You can't really pinpoint one. It's just
Everything together.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a mix of different kind of floral notes.
I mean, it's not rose, okay.
Mhm.
It's not a rose or something like that. If you want to pinpoint that would be an interesting experiment to start thinking about that. But I don't eat
Right.
a lot of. I mean, I'm getting the floral on the taste more than I am on the nose.
That's actually like really corrected itself perfectly. Look,
Mhm.
it had a little bit of something at the start, but it's corrected itself very well.
Oh yeah, there it is.
The construction's definitely there.
Yeah, for sure.
So I
It
want to
feels
kind of
lovely
go.
in the fingers. The
I kind of
weight.
want to go to the quiet one. So Frank, talk to me. What do you got going on?
I like the cigar. I like the construction. I'm not too thrilled with the floral taste, I got to tell you.
Okay.
I got a little bit of pepper early on. The chocolate, the cocoa is definitely there, but to me, the floral is a little overwhelming, at least at the part that I'm at, which I'm not too thrilled about. But I'm
Mhm.
curious to see how it transitions.
Bart?
Well, I would say it's medium. I would say full body, a little light, enjoyable. I am enjoying it. The floral I picked up earlier, I'm not that far into it yet. Let's see, show you where I'm up to. So it's starting to transition. I didn't get a lot of white pepper. I definitely got that tea off the beginning that Saram was saying. It's very smooth for me. I'm enjoying it because it's so smooth.
So on my palate, after I take a puff, either retro or regular, I'm getting almost like that. So you guys are talking about floral, like a flower pot earth,
Right.
wet flower pot earth, just a little hint of that on the very back, like on the end of the exhale. It's
Anybody
actually
else?
quite
Pat,
enjoyable.
Pat, you want to jump in? Anybody else wants to jump in? Jump in, man. Just go around the
Yeah.
room.
For me, it was at the beginning, very subtle. Now it's
Mm.
going to transition more to a peppery, a white pepper. I'm getting also the hint of some cinnamon, but I had a little bit of a wave, but like Des said, it straightened itself out. And so far, it's okay. Okay. The construction is great.
Construction's good.
Nice. Yeah.
That
Good
cinnamon
stuff.
is kind of hitting deep back in the palate.
Yeah.
Very
I
deep
agree.
back. If
Yeah.
you go, yeah, I mean, if you take that in deep, you're definitely picking up bits of cinnamon in that.
I think
But
I'm at the
I would
point.
definitely put this at a medium low bodied. I mean,
Yeah.
it's, it's not quite, it's just slightly above a mild, but definitely on that lower end of medium.
I'm at this point of this cigar, and I've had that pepper, the chocolate. I think I'm on the same as Boston, Jimmy. I think I want that floral just to disappear now. It's been a bit too much for me, really. It's been more floral. It's kind of, I just want it to kind of go away a little bit and give me something else. So that floral, I just want to just dissipate. I enjoy the chocolate. I get that little raisin.
Hiding the other notes.
Yeah.
If you do the, I get that fireball kind of cinnamon.
I'm not crazy, thank God.
If you do no. So if you retro, but instead of doing like a normal retro like you would normally do, hold it for like a 5 count. Like exhale through your nose like for a 5 count. That's where I really get it.
Yeah, it's like
I actually just started getting that in the back of my throat. It's more like a fireball than just a regular cinnamon, like a cinnamon gum.
Right. Yeah. It's like a spicy cinnamon.
Spicy cinnamon. That's what it is.
I'm not getting a lot of that.
I'm just getting the chocolate on the retro.
Subtle. It's not powerful. It's just subtle.
I'm getting
That's what I'm getting.
mentioned caramel or whatever earlier. I'm starting to get a little bit of that sweetness, but I'm like right here. So I'm always slower than most of you guys in smoking it.
Hey, listen, I slowed down. Look at me. I would have been done already.
You're a good man.
Went to the Boston Jimmy's
stick number 2
cigars.
I'm searching for that fireball cinnamon. I'm not getting that. I might get a hint of nutmeg, maybe.
Like Joe said, you got to retrohale, but continuously blow out through your nose for like a couple of seconds, and it's on the back end, and you almost get it.
Do like a 5 count. Do like a 5 count because if you do it normal, you're not going to get it all. It has to linger.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you let
do
it linger and you let it come out, you get that.
When you do that 5 seconds like that, it hits you right at the end.
It's like buried in there, like it wants to come out, but you got to kind of like.
Right. You got to go grab it.
Right.
Go grab it.
I just did that also, and I got that real strong cinnamon, really strong bite on the retro.
And I'm not picking up that cinnamon on the retro. I'm picking it up back deep in the back part of my throat.
I am too.
It's like right in the back of the nose, right there, right where it punches you. For me,
it's a great looking cigar though. The size is a lovely size, you know. I think that is right up my street. That's a good cigar, as in size, and it feels weighty. It's lovely. And as I'm rolling it, I'm starting to lose that tuttiness as I'm feeling it a little bit more. Seems to sort of lose that tuttiness on the wrapper.
Right at the beginning of the wrapper had the toothiness. The middle seems to smooth out, and then the end of it looks toothy as well.
Listen, if you really look at it, if you put a light on it, it's a fucking ugly stick.
It's so ugly.
Do not judge the cigar by its.
You could judge by the outside just a little bit.
I love ugly sticks. I love toothy.
Yeah, toothy, ugly. Yeah, I agree.
Stemmy sticks. I love that.
Now, what was that one stick? The honcho was ugly as hell too from Pravada.
Yeah, Murph.
Remember Joe was saying when he got these in, he was saying they were rolled a certain way, almost like imperfectly. Remember he kept calling them like an old school.
Yeah.
He was saying they were ugly sticks, but like purposefully.
Right.
They're not like.
Well,
I remember Joe was saying that. So
and it kind of meets the criteria of kind of some of the sticks that we've put out. It's just like gritty, ugly, nothing. It's not
It's
perfect.
rugged.
The
It's
word
rugged.
is rugged. It's, you know, it's
AVB is a rugged stick.
110%.
Yeah.
Very rugged.
Right.
And packed full of flavor. You know,
Absolutely.
One of our old school cheap bands would look good on this.
Sure.
You know?
How's everybody's construction feeling?
Construction's
Perfect.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
You
I want
can't
to try the
fault it.
long ass shit, so
Yeah, it still
Cigar
feels
number
solid.
22, Seth.
What do you think, Mike, so far? What do you think?
Yeah, definitely pulling out all the same notes that everybody's getting. The construction is wonderful on it. It has a great draw. My wrapper cracked a little bit. I know it's a little dark in my lighting today, but I have a little crack all the way down. But other than that, I mean, I get that cocoa. I'm getting that cinnamon on the retro. I'm getting the floral still. The floral definitely faded out. I'm like almost an inch and a half in to the cigar, and the floral starting to fade, giving me like a creamy cocoa. And I'm trying to pull out that floral. I'm trying to say like lavender, but I think I might be a little too forward with that.
I agree. The floral
Yeah,
has
where I'm
subsided
at
from
now.
it.
Yes.
I think I'm slow. I think I'm slow like Boston Jimmy. I think I'm still a bit away from that. I think I'm still not quite lost that floral.
I'm just getting into the middle. I'm knocking on
the floral's definitely gone away. That cocoa and that spice is there now. It definitely transitioned to a different cigar for the better. I like that.
Mine just opened up a little bit too. Since the ash fell off, it kind of opened up a little bit.
Yeah, same with mine. Literally just fell off.
Well, yeah, it literally fell off on its own.
I'm getting a little bit of cinnamon, that little bit of, as you said, right? I am getting a little bit of raisin, something, only a tiny bit. That floral seems to be dissipating a bit. I think not really getting much of that.
What's everybody pairing tonight? I got my water.
Just water.
Just water.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So that was the question I was going to ask, what the rules were on the pairings, because
There are no
how
rules. Whatever you want. No, whatever you want. Sometimes I do.
So I start off with a smoked Basil Hayden old fashioned, and I've just now transitioned back to thin trail.
You're so
if I was actually to drink something with this cigar at this point, this is one with the floral notes. I would be pairing this with a nice dirty martini, gin martini.
Okay.
See, I would almost say like a Blue Moon or like a Hefeweizen would kind of go good with this. You know what I mean? Because it's got those fruity.
I just pegged the floral smell, the floral note, hibiscus.
Hibiscus? You think it's hibiscus? Okay. Now when I walk the dog, I'm gonna go run over to a hibiscus tree and smell it.
No, when you said the gin, it came together for me.
Yeah. See, I
Maybe
like
a
drinking red wine
juniper,
sometimes.
hibiscus kind of thing.
I like drinking red wine sometimes, but red wine I don't think would work with this at
White
all,
wine.
in my opinion.
White wine.
Maybe, yeah, for sure.
Or even a
Look good with a sangria. That's about it.
So I just hit into that second, third. That floral has kind of ran out on its course. Now, as for kind of one there, I wouldn't call it quite a raisin, but I also wouldn't call it quite a prune, but it is, it does kind of linger kind of in that middle portion of the tongue.
And Dan, I brought something to pair with it just for you.
For once, you're a smart man.
Look at that. That is absolutely beautiful. Look at that ash color right there. Nice.
Coke classic.
That's
like
out of a
mine was the
bottle,
same.
though, Joe.
What's that?
You got to get it out of a spray head, not a bottle.
Nah, I'm not that bougie.
On
I'm
the
just
retro,
trying
though,
to
I am
make
getting-
Dan. Go ahead, Des.
No, I was just saying, on the retro, I'm still getting that little bit of cinnamon at the back, but I'm getting still quite a lot of chocolate. I am getting that. For me, seems to be the strongest flavour that I'm getting right on the retro.
Des, is it a
It's lovely.
Is it a Cadbury's chocolate or is it more like so no. You're on to
No,
something
it's
here.
like a powdered chocolate. Not
No,
it is like a Cadbury's.
It's like those damn digestive cookies that you guys eat.
Yeah, digestive biscuits. Yeah, Cadbury's
Right?
digestive biscuits. That's exactly it. Yeah,
McVitie's.
McVitie's. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Saran, you're absolutely on it. It is.
McVitie's cookie. Wow.
Not a cookie.
It's cracker.
We call it. We call it just a biscuit. We say biscuit.
Biscuit.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm right.
Yeah.
No, but if you say biscuit to this crowd, they think you're putting gravy on top of it. So you gotta go.
Hey, what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
No. Hey, Mike,
Dad,
does the toffee cookie go with this one?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Des, you got to give us the secret on that cigar box wallpaper you got there. How the hell did you make it look so good?
You like it? It's been a work in progress. Look, I've got quite a few up there now.
So
there's a Cuban section to go there.
we're getting it's getting pretty oily right towards the end, and I notice in everybody's screen, everybody's got a nice shine to the whole wrapper there.
Yeah, it's changed. The wrapper's changed as I'm handling it. Yeah. The more you handle it, the more it gets like the oils are coming out. It's become. It was kind of quite rough at first, but as I'm handling it, it's kind of smoothing out, and it's becoming like a nice little sheen on it.
Mine just stands on its own.
The ash fell off lovely on mine. It just fell off straight.
Yeah. No, it's beautiful, beautiful ash. Beautiful ash cone. Once it fell, nice. Got that nice rosebud look to it.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, the construction on this is spot on. I mean, I'm even looking at the burn. You know, even looking at the burn line, it's very thin too.
Yeah, the carbon line is perfect. Look at that. That's absolutely like cock on. That is.
Yeah. Very nice.
I'm definitely starting to get that Fireball cinnamon on the back. Little bit of cocoa still in there. Still like cinnamon chocolatey, you know. But it's almost like so this is a perfect case for me where the look of the stick can be very deceiving. I expected a full-bodied, you know, in your face AVB style smoke,
right?
And it's still like, you know, maybe a little bit more than medium, but definitely not medium full.
Definitely,
you know, it's a very light smoke.
This is a coffee stick.
It doesn't.
For me, it's a mild to medium.
Yeah,
mild
this is a coffee
medium at the moment.
This is a coffee stick, without question.
Yeah,
for me,
I could smoke this at any time of the day. I think I could get up and probably have one of these for sure. Mild to medium. I love that. I have to say, I love that retro how with that chocolate. It really is. I do get some enjoyment from that. That floral's almost gone for sure. As I get to this.
How
this
far
stage.
are you into it where the floral disappeared?
So I am probably just. So how big was it? So it was 6 inches, weren't it? So I'm on 4 inches now. So I'm 2 inches down.
Okay.
Just about right when you about cross over into that second third, it starts dissipating rather quickly.
Yeah,
I'm starting to get that like raisin ear pruning, like Danny was saying.
Yeah, I had like a distinguished transition. Like one puff was just like completely different from the one before. That's when the floral went away.
Definitely putting out dragon clouds.
I keep getting like a sweetness.
Yeah, there's a definite
Yeah.
sweetness. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. There's an underlying sweetness to it on the finish too.
Yep, on the finish.
Murph, you remind me of a '90s grudge band member from Seattle.
I thought he was in a sauna. Look, that's an odd place to smoke a cigar. I thought, well, each to their own.
Sure. Big money.
Yeah, so hanging I gotta start hanging some cigar boxes behind me.
Yeah. Des, in America, we wear flannel to the sauna, right?
This is too damn cold.
I might see two guys in just towels behind him.
Where's Reggie today? No Reggie?
He's in the garden. I've had to just let him out. He'll be back in a second, so I'll introduce him to everyone in a minute. He'll need to say hello to everyone.
Absolutely.
He's never out of here. He gets in here at 7 o'clock and he stays in here throughout the night, and I have to just drag him out in the morning. He's he loves it in here. He likes the smell, I think. Yeah. Sure. He's at the door. I'll go and drag him in.
I'm getting that raisiny pruny with almost kind of sort of like a gritty earth that's kind of just coating the tongue as it flows over.
Where are you, Danny? What point are you on the cigar?
Me, I'm a little bit into the second, just a little bit into that second, third area.
Yeah, I'm getting that too right now.
I'm in the second.
Yeah,
there he is. Reggie!
So I'm gonna bust this open a little bit and tell you what, when everybody's talking raisin, prune, and all of that, and the floral.
Reginald.
So as this has now started to fade on the floral, that little bit of floral and whatever that other fruit you're thinking of is, I'm gonna call it currant.
Okay, I can
It's
get
got
down with
that. It's got that little tardiness to it that seems to have come from the floral note building.
Right, the tart.
Into the fruit.
Ribena.
Ribena.
So you drink it by the gallon.
You have Ribena there.
I drink it by the gallon.
I feel like with all this talk, I feel like I'm in a yuppie smoothie place.
No, I'm just a worldly guy, dude.
I know.
It's got to be if you're drinking Ribena
and a Tommy Hilfiger t-shirt. I get it.
Get the old McVitie's biscuits.
Mm.
Yeah, I have Weetabix every morning. You know.
Wow, Saran. You're a man after my own.
I do my shot of ginger and lemon, raw ginger and lemon every day with a little bit of honey.
In principle, I get the idea.
Good for your digestive system.
This is dead nice. This is. You still got the ash on?
Me too.
Fell off.
Mine
It's
covered
burning.
me.
It's still hanging on.
It's burning perfectly.
Back in dimes.
Seb, what do you got going on?
When there is no.
Hey, tell those people to keep it down back there. We're trying to do a show.
Down in front.
I always find if I try and keep the ash on for long enough, I used to do it in my reviews. I used to end up smoking it like this, and it's because
I'm doing that right now.
And it kind of takes me away from trying to understand what I'm trying to get from the cigar. I find I'm trying to just hold the ash and not think of anything else. Right. So I just try and it just loses itself sometimes. I used to do reviews and go end up doing this, and I'm like, oh my god!
But that's good if you're reviewing the ash. If you're reviewing the cigar, I want to know when the ash flows for the average person, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
So you're going to date that cigar, right? And once you know that cigar where the ash falls, then you're not going to have ash on your lap. You know where the ash.
It'll be in his beard.
Yeah. I have to use that as an ashtray.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Dust it off.
What are you getting, buddy?
It smells like burning hair.
I'm getting burning hair.
Hey, Seb, what are you getting?
Burning red hair. A little ginger to it.
Little hint of hinged hair.
Tinge ginger.
That would certainly take out any kind of smells that I'd get burning hair. It's got to be one of the worst smells going. Burnt hair.
It is.
And I've had it a few times when I'm lighting and I'm a bit close and it's like getting on my old tash.
I know what you're talking about, guys. I know.
Exactly, Pat. You're on the same line as me, yeah.
Been there, done that. We think we've all had that experience if we have facial hair.
Yeah, it happens when I'm like my long hair here. I gotta be careful.
Yeah.
So how's your second dash coming up now? So my first one dropped off on its own, and this one seems to be holding up pretty good.
Yeah, this one too.
I think you're guaranteed 2 inches of ash every time, and I think that's when it kind of needs to
That's,
go.
that's what she said.
Starting to get a little bit of a wave here, but
Not much. It's
that's not much. Not much at all.
Mine's
little
solid.
mild
Mine's
jag,
really
I
good.
would call it.
Yeah, that's nothing. That.
The smoke coming off of the foot here has almost like a toasty caramelness to it. I like that.
Seth, what do you got?
That's
Doesn't even look like
fantastic.
Seth Ashley.
Hey, Lee, I know you can't join in on this topic, but what do you think of the one you're smoking now?
So this whatever the hell it is.
Zero.
Yeah, Clown Zero. Pretty good cigars. All the way through the first third, I've got several different transitions. It started out for me with a slight mineral black pepper, and then I kept getting like a toasty flavor. It was just like the more I smoked it, I kept going toast. Retro Hail was like sweet chocolate, that same black pepper, and the vanilla cream just kept coming in and out of that vanilla or caramel cream on it, kept coming out. Right now, it's kind of died down a little bit, picked up a little bit of green leafiness, but it's a good cigar though.
Lee, where are you at on the Clown Zero right now?
That's where I am.
All right. About
Is
20
that the
minutes,
name,
you're gonna
Clown
get
Zero?
about 20 minutes, you're gonna get to the really good stuff.
Okay, I'm waiting for it.
Is that the name, Clown Zero? Love
Clown
it.
Zero.
Wow, that's phenomenal. That's great.
So you got the three. Clown Zero was the first, which was the purple band. The greenie we dropped this past Saturday at Caravan, which was a 3.5 by 50 Habano hybrid, Nicaragua filler binder, and then the last part of the 3-ring circus, which is dropping on the 31st, is the Lancero that was picked out of the Taste Tester Tuesday, which is in a 7.5 38 7.5 by 38 Maduro Lancero, which we happily named the Payaso Flaco Skinny Clown as the English transition.
Yeah, because like I'm the skinniest one of the bunch here.
It's true. It's an extension.
Every time I see that greenie, it makes me think I should be putting it into my Mossberg.
Yep. It's exact same size.
2 inches, mine fell off.
Taran, I'm going to tell you, I'm working towards being skinny clown soon. So give me another year.
Okay.
I'm going to get
But
there.
I've been back at the gym for 2 weeks now. I completely stopped for like 2 years. I was always at the gym. I stopped for 2 years. My little boy just stopped me from getting there. Now I'm second week in. Wow, it's killing me.
Sure.
Everything's aching. Do you think I could still? I thought I could still do it. It's absolutely not happening whatsoever. My arms, I can't straighten them. My shoulders,
Man,
and
but that burn, the thing about working out is it's a muscle burn, and you learn to love that.
Yes,
So
absolutely
you know
right.
it's
You're
doing
absolutely
what it's
right.
supposed to do.
Yeah,
I get that every morning without working out. My knees burn, my back burns.
I was just doing, I've been doing the working out now, and I had gotten a strain in my arm here, like a tennis elbow or a golfer's elbow, whatever, where it hurts here when I would go to lift something. And so the doctor, he told me there's a strap you put on which puts pressure when you work out and stuff. And I'm doing martial arts, so I'm always twisting the arm. And then a friend of mine who's a martial artist says, no, what you want to do is you want to get, like, my wife had this, so it was good that I didn't have to buy it. You get one of these and you just curl these. He said. And what's going to happen is, he says, it's going to hurt at first because you got all these little tears in your muscle. That's what happened. Now, the funny thing about science and muscle science, he says, that shocks the system, he said, to have the body then go immediately start focusing on healing those muscle tears. And I did that for a week. I have no more pain.
Oh, nice.
Like,
the body's
crazy.
The
body's
incredible.
amazing.
Yeah. If they used to say to me, if you're going to go and work out, don't try and think about what you're going to do. Just get there and just completely shock your body. Right. Just do something complete, because your mind gets. If I say I'm going to do arms, I'll get there. My mind's already saying you're going to do arms. It gets itself ready for it, basically. Whereas if you go there and then do chest or something, apparently it works better. It's crazy how the body works, for sure.
Right. When I go there, I just whatever machine's open.
Yeah. you know what? When I get the smoke off this, it's like I've got a little fire in the corner. The smoke is giving me like a lovely fire smell.
You got a woody note
In
to
here.
it.
Yeah, it's like a lovely fire, soft fire
Like oak,
smoke. Yeah,
like an oak.
really
wood.
nice. Yeah, that's it. Really nice aroma in the smoke. I've been trying to see what it was over the last few, but it's so nice. That's solid. I can't believe the construction is incredible. I have
You're gonna
to
make
say.
furniture, Pat.
Yeah.
Say again.
You're gonna make some furniture out of that.
I just threw it in the ashtray. It's still together.
I will say that the floral notes have not dissipated completely on this. They're still there.
A little bit.
If
Yeah.
I'm going to ding this, I'm going to ding it on a little too much on the floral, and because from cigar smokers, there's many of them that don't like that floral note. All right, I hear that a lot from people,
especially when it's straightforward. Like
yeah, and then it's in your head, and every puff you get, even if it's lighter, you're still kind of tasting it. And
right, that's the main thing you'll pull out.
Hey Jimmy, what type of tobacco you think that floral comes from?
I'm going to say it's coming right off this Pennsylvania broadleaf or Connecticut whatever this is. It's coming
Right.
off that broadleaf.
Yeah, I mean, you smell when you get it, Lee, you smell that wrapper. That wrapper is straight floral all the way across the whole cigar.
Right.
It's distinct too. It's not like you really got to get into it to smell it. It's little. You put the tip of your nose on the side of the stick, and you get that floral right away.
It's going to be interesting because I smoked a cigar once that was unbanded, and I said smelled like the guy that was rolling it had like Tony Soprano's cologne on his hand. I'll have to see if it's similar.
I ordered some cigars back in the pandemic. I won't mention the name of the shop, right? Because I don't want to blast the guy. But I know he wears heavy cologne in the shop all the time. So I get he put it all in a box, right? And there's all different cigars. And I open the box and I take this, and it smells like his cologne. I mean, it was on his hand, and the whole box smelled like that cologne. And I just couldn't get past that on the cigars, because the cigars smelled and tasted like his cologne at that point, because it just permeated into the cigar leaf. I'm like, oh man, don't wear cologne if you're working at a shop.
You sure you didn't spritz some in the box for you?
That's what it smelled like. but I know the guy, because you walk in his shop, and his shop at the front counter smells like him, and it's got that cologne smell. He overdoes.
You can tell what's happening. You can tell what's happening there. His missus is probably saying, "You can't smell like a cigar when you come home." He's probably filling up on that cologne before he gets home. She's probably whipping his ass, saying, "You make sure you come home smelling a good cologne."
I don't know about you guys, but if I walk into a lounge or a cigar shop, the last thing I want to smell is cologne.
Yeah,
The last thing I want to smell is
for sure.
floral cologne.
Sure.
I want that sweet tobacco,
Absolutely.
musky,
So, are you getting that elbow on your ass?
Yeah, can you guys see it?
Yep.
Oh, you're carrying it long though. That's nice.
Yeah, that's
right.
That's
like that.
almost identical to mine.
Right, it's
There
right
you
there. Yeah,
go.
beautiful construction on this cigar. I'll tell you
that's
that.
the Wisconsin elbow.
Yeah, that's
The-
good.
the Wisconsin elbow.
That top of that ash is all cooled off now.
It looks like an advert we have over in the UK about impotence.
Peyronie's disease.
Oh shit!
Otherwise known as broken dick syndrome.
Hey, Des, I thought you were going to say it looked like Bill Clinton, so I don't know.
No. I just speak from what I know. It's called broken dick syndrome. And
Clinton must not have worked because he used a cigar, right?
And it's a real thing, and it sucks, and that's just the way it is.
Oh, he did the same thing with the cigar that Schwarzenegger does with his.
Yeah, did it into something wet.
I grew up in Austria. Change the subject.
Yeah, roll it.
Change the subject. The man was a hero to me until he dipped his fucking cigar in tequila.
Right, and his Lobos tequila.
You have to take it and put it in the tequila.
I couldn't get over the fact he'd got donkeys in his house as well. I was like, what's that all about? That's a confusing thing for me. You must have a big
Different
house.
than having tigers in your house, right?
Yeah,
Right.
it's true.
Of course, I wonder if Tyson's tigers get stoned with him now.
I'm sure.
I think the best way to always be kept on your feet. You never know where the hell the damn thing is. You just always on the lookout.
That guy now is the biggest stoner in the world, Tyson. He owns a company. He's promoting it. He says it's changed his whole life. He said. I said,
If you listen to him, you can tell.
Be kept on your feet.
And the man could still box.
He could always box. There's everything outside of
Doesn't
box.
take much for him,
in
man. Just
trouble.
one good punch. He has that jab will knock you out in 10 seconds, man.
He had, and still to this day to me has the best uppercut of all.
Right?
Oh my God, yeah. His uppercut was vicious.
Retarded.
That man was built for just killing things.
He was a machine, man. 18-year-old Mike Tyson.
Right.
There's the thing about him too, he was able to, he knew what he had, and he was able to take a punch.
Into this last third here, Lee, where are you at with the Clown Sarah?
Oh, I'm still kind of chucking along here.
Okay. So I'm getting
I don't think I've ever had them. I've enjoyed it.
getting a little lighter,
I've tried them.
Very light.
kind of cocoa still. It's been consistent for me all the way through with that. So I just want to throw that out there before we move into the last third.
So right here, I don't know, you guys are talking,
you just
maybe
say
this is what you were talking. Right here, I'm getting a transition. I can sense it coming. Things have changed. There seems to be some notes that want to pop through. I'm going to go as far as say there might be a slight nuttiness in the background, but I can't put my finger on it yet. It could just be the transition point, and then it's going to go away. So
What I like about
Jimmy, where are you at?
This is the
I'm
fact
halfway. I'm halfway into this.
Yeah, so I'm here, and I could definitely get a walnut.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I think I'm starting to get. Right.
is that we're getting a little bit of nuttiness in it. I've not quite
Yeah.
got that yet.
Yeah, it's got that.
The
it's got that
floral's gone.
rich
The
nut
floral
flavor.
has gone. Yeah, the floral for me is gone. I've still got that raisin. I'd say raisin. I never knew the difference between raisin and a currant. Can anyone explain?
Yeah, a currant has a little more tart to it than a raisin.
Okay. We only have raisins over here. I don't think I've ever had a.
You've never had a currant?
Yeah. No.
And a currant is like a little bit more meatier, a little bit more fruitier than a raisin.
Is it the same size? Is it, or is it?
Yeah, they're about the same size.
Yeah.
And they're red. As opposed
They make jelly or jam out of currants?
Yes,
right?
you do. Absolutely. That's good stuff.
Pepper jam is my jam.
What's been nice about this is that if I do get a slight step or just something, a little odd burn where it's not razor sharp, it corrects itself very quickly.
Right, the next
always
puff.
corrects itself.
Yep.
It's incredible.
Construction was
Yeah.
I gotta say, construction, burn, draw, smoke, all spot on. Reminds me of a lot of that stick we did last week or the 2 weeks ago. Where you know, really good construction, really good burn, you know, but I'm waiting for like a strong flavor to pop out.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm not, you know, I'm just getting this mishmash of nuttiness, a little bit of cocoa. I still get that cinnamon off the retro now that I dig into it, but I'm just waiting for something to like say, hey, this is this cigar. This identifies the cigar.
The retro's the strongest thing on this entire cigar.
Yeah. On the retro,
I
I'm
agree
still
with
getting
that.
that chocolate. That chocolate, I'm still getting the retro. I'm getting a little bit of nutmeg, as well. I think that's what I'm getting. The cinnamon's there. The pepper,
Yeah,
there
I
don't
think I
seem to
said
be much.
nutmeg way before, right?
Yeah, yeah. There's not much pepper on this at all now.
Very subtle.
Not much.
So
Yeah.
if we combine the cinnamon and nutmeg, do we get like an allspice kind of thing?
There you go.
You got the
That's
inside
total.
and the outside.
It's not a mommy's flavor, so I'm not gonna go that far. But I am getting a bit of bitterness right now.
Is there any
after-
nicotine backup like at the very or coming off the end? Is it are you getting a nicotine buildup at all?
No.
No, I didn't get no bitterness either.
No, I'm just getting that. Well, you're just about where I'm at. So this is where I'm starting to get the bitter note to it.
Oh, okay.
Right about here.
I'm almost through the second third.
Yeah, so you're about where so
Yeah.
let me know if you're chasing any bitter note.
Bitter. Okay. Yeah. As of right now, I haven't gotten anything bitter. That chocolate powder kind of has come back in a little bit. Some of that if we want to go with the current's there, and then that cinnamon's hitting back deep in the throat.
Now on this CLoWnS Zero, I kind of felt like it was kind of tightening up for me, so I hit it with the perfect draw. And I don't know if this change or the transition is what you experienced, but I feel like right now it's like a deeper, darker, richer, stronger cigar. So now I'm feeling like a nicotine hit. So it's kind of changed around on it.
Seb, you've got to lose that ash soon, brother. That's like,
don't talk about my.
It's almost like you're just nursing that cigar now, just so that ash doesn't go.
It's actually holding on crazy. I'm shocked.
Because I smoke with Seb more than I smoke with anybody over Zoom. And this is what he does all the time.
Yeah, there's a friend of
This is what he
mine,
does.
Keith. He does exactly the same, Suad. He will smoke every picture, and it's almost the whole cigar. He's got the nub, and it's just ash. And I'm like, how do you do it?
So I'm not getting any Lajero marks on this stub here. So that tells me like the filler doesn't have a whole lot of Lajero in it. All the power of the cigar is on the outside,
right,
on the binder and the filler. So that probably explains the flavor profiles we're getting. We're not getting that kick.
Jimmy, that bitterness of that aftertaste that's kind of lingering a little bit has some of that bitterness to it. Almost like I wouldn't go as far as saying a baker's chocolate bitter, but there is that bitter.
Yeah.
That's kind of just hanging on to the aftertaste.
Yeah, and it's also dry.
Yes, very dry.
Dry. It's a dry cigar. It's not like I keep hitting the water bottle on this one.
Right.
I'm still getting that very hint of potting soil on the very end of a exhale. Like,
And
do you lick your fingers when you plant plants a lot?
No, I'm the antithesis of a horticulturist.
At times I've gotten that where my tongue has kind of gotten that cover of almost like that dirt, like you've been talking about. At times it just kind of comes in, it coats, and then few puffs, it's gone, few puffs, it comes back.
One thing I have to say is this makes me feel happy. I love a cigar that just draws well, burns well, and the construction is incredible. Aside with the taste, I think it's what you want in a cigar is just to be able to pick it up, enjoy it, smoke it, and it feels great. It feels really nice. This is right up my street. This is for size and construction. That floral's gone. You're right.
I almost feel like having a retro this whole cigar.
Yes, I could do that.
I agree with that. I think I've retroed almost every puff.
Don't say that in front of Jimmy.
I know, but I'm just
it's leaving me wanting. I'm trying to get as much as I can out of it. And that retro is where I get most of it.
Yeah, if I just do a regular draw, I'm not getting everything's a little bit muted. But if I do the retro, so now I feel like doing the retro, like every puff.
I think what Jimmy said was exactly right. I've almost got through a whole bottle of my water, and that never happens normally. I've still got quite a bit left. It is quite a dry.
Yeah, the dryness
cigar. It is. I've never had that before. This goes before this for sure.
Right.
But it's nice because you can leave it for a minute and you can pick it up and it just carries on where you left off.
Maybe you're not getting that little aftertaste bitterness that we're getting because you're just drinking water.
I need to back up off the water. You're absolutely right. It's
embrace the dryness. Embrace the dryness.
Well, the important thing with cigars, though, is you want your palate to be wet because you taste more when your palate is wet. Saliva-wise, you want it to produce saliva because the saliva flows the flavonoids around your palate. So when it's dry, you may not be getting as much flavor out of the cigar.
Yeah, that's probably why I'm
like Aganorsa has this blended Corojo that they put in. They call it the gusher because you get it starts getting you salivating. And I don't get this doesn't produce a whole lot of salivation for me.
Yeah, the Fiat Lux does that.
Yeah,
okay, that was designed specifically, just like Aganorsa was designed to make your mouth salivate. And it had so much flavor content. You'd be amazed what that does.
Well, I'll just say this on Fiat Lux.
So we all got to have drool buckets. Remember the drool buckets from Monty Python?
Yes.
Yeah.
You have the drool buckets, so when you smoke a cigar, you can take some more of that drool back in. Just
I kind of feel like the Scaramouche did that.
A little bit, yes, it did.
The Scaramouche definitely for me, just gusher for me.
Your article on the Scaramouche, Boston Jimmy, was good. I really enjoyed that. Really good.
Appreciate that.
Well put together. Really good. I made sure I read it after I'd done my little review because I think sometimes if you read someone else's comments, it kind of it makes you think of what it is. I read it after. I knew I'd wanted to read it, but I was like, I'm not going to read it until I've had the Scaramouche myself because it would kind of manipulate my mind to say, and I think what you've put in yours. So, but it was pretty much everything that when I read it after, I was like, wow, you pretty much got it on point for sure.
Well, we all kind of had the good thing about the Scaramouche when we did it on the show is we all got pretty much the same thing. I mean, we were all talking the same language on it. Right. Like the cigar we had the other week, it was like all over the map. And it was like, man, the cigar wasn't talking the same to everybody. But I agree about reviews. When I do reviews, I do not go and look at anybody else's review of what they did.
Sure.
Because I don't want it to taint my brain.
What you don't know, Jimmy, is you're the brains for all of us.
Yeah, but I don't want to talk about Cocoa Puffs, and I don't want to talk about
What's wrong with Cocoa Puffs?
There's nothing wrong with Cocoa Puffs. Just say what it is. It's chocolate sweetness.
Cocoa Pebbles.
Cocoa Pebbles. They're a little fruitiness.
So where are we all with the cigar now? I've probably got now 2.5 inches left. Am I going well? Is that good?
Yeah, you're where I'm at.
Yeah,
I think I'm right there as well.
I'm just into that final third right now.
Yep.
So when did we start? So we started. Was it? So
8 o'clock. 8 o'clock.
So it's just over an hour now. Just over an hour, isn't it? Yeah.
I will say this: my fingers are nice and
oily.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a synthetic oil almost.
But at this point, it did seem to get a little bitter on me now. I don't know if anyone else is getting that.
There you go. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, it was leaving like a bitter aftertaste, similar to like a baker's chocolate.
Yeah, but it's like Murph said, it happened like on one puff. It went from a transition from where it was to bitter, like immediately.
I am getting a much bigger pepper kick off this last thing.
Oh yeah, I didn't get that.
It's definitely, tingling the nostrils a little bit. Bastard.
So maybe they've got a little bit of Lajero at the end of it. Maybe we're gonna get punched.
I didn't
Seb,
get
I'm
that.
watching.
That's what
I'm
I'm
watching
waiting for.
Seb. Sorry, because it's like I want you to smoke that. And that's going to fall all over your face. I want that to happen now. I'm doing it. I'm waiting for it all just to bowl into your eyes and everything.
Oh, shit. Let me get my.
Hey, Des, he does it. He usually, when I
goggles
spoke with Seb, he's always in a car, and he does this in the car while he's driving.
The glasses on.
Crazy.
If I can get them
It's
on.
a talent.
One-handed.
It's a talent.
All right.
Safety
Putting on the
goggles
hat.
are in.
Safety goggles on.
What the hell are you doing, boy?
Last time I was on a live with Sev, I was the one in the vehicle and he was the one sitting in the house.
Right.
Hey, Danny, you've been quiet. What do you think?
Well, I just changed my drink to a little stout.
Nice.
Murphy Stout. Nice. Okay.
Murphy Stout. That's good.
Nice.
So I'm picking up a little more of the chocolate because of that, but I definitely taste the bitter through it. I was trying to see how I'm listening to you guys on how bitter it is, and I am still picking up the bitter, even though I'm going through, that drink. But it's definitely a good smoking cigar. But I agree with a lot of everything you're saying. Some of the transitions are good. Some of the flavors are great. Some of the flavors are not. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to feel on it yet.
It's one of those cigars that once you've smoked it, you sit back and maybe have a little think of, and then it'll start coming to you what your actual decision is on it. It's definitely one of those, a thinking cigar. It's definitely a thinking cigar.
Yeah, because I don't hate it. I don't know if anybody hates it,
No.
I
Don't
definitely
hate it. Just, but it was different.
In fact, I like the chocolate. I like the chocolate in it, if I'm honest.
It had my attention the whole time. Like, it definitely wasn't a boring cigar. And like, I could really taste those transitions from the floral to the spicy cinnamon and then to the sweetness. I was really looking forward to like a strong finish in the third here. And I'm afraid it's a little boring. And a little muted.
I think it is. I think this final third is, it's definitely, it went from being a low medium on that body to almost a mild on everything.
Yeah.
The taste, the retro, the aroma, everything just mild out in this final third.
Like what Jimmy said, it wasn't speaking to me at the end here. Like, it had my attention the whole time. And then at the final third, I started listening to you guys, and like I forgot about the cigar. It didn't hold my attention,
Well, if you were to pick this as a clown cigar, and I know that's going to be up to the panel to decide, but I found the perfect name for this. If you were to pick this for a clown cigar, there's a clown called Chocolat, and Chocolat was the stage name of Rafael Padilla, a clown who performed in a Paris circus around the 1900s. He was an Afro-Cuban descent and was one of the earliest successful Black entertainers in the modern France. Born in 1866 in Havana, Cuba. How a perfect name for a clown cigar.
Agree.
Cuban clown.
Cool story. Yeah. Holy shit.
Wow.
And I can kind of envisage the band and everything now. It would look impressive. I could, yeah. You've nailed it there. Absolutely. The ash is stacking on this. It's perfect. I'm not going to quite get to where Sev is, but it is just straight perfect.
Yeah, construction is
got
A+
a beautiful
for sure.
burn. I can't say too bad.
Yeah,
too many bad.
Seb, you want to lean the other way a little bit?
Right, Charlie. I trust it, man. The construction's solid, man.
There's a little blue pill for that.
Right.
For sure.
Welcome to Taste Tester Tuesday, Seb.
Oh no. We're talking about blue pills and everything. Brilliant. Are you
Yeah,
done?
Ray's done.
I
The
think,
final
the
third,
strength,
that-
I think the strength increased a little near the end.
I'm not getting any increase in the strength. It went down for me.
It really,
yeah, the
I'm with
final
you there.
third was not so great for me. A lot of bitterness. I'm also like getting like an ammonia taste in my mouth too.
ooh,
Yeah.
put it down.
All I'm getting
Wow.
is bitterness off this end. That's all.
Give
I'm
it a
getting.
give it a little purge. Blow it out. See if you can get rid of that ammonia.
I already
Give
put it
a
out.
purge.
It was little, but it's
It's just a very light smoke. I can't even feel it.
Yeah.
You know,
I am getting that pepper note finally. Right here.
Hey, there it is.
Maybe that's the ammonia. Which is interesting because if that's the case, then maybe they have to lay a little longer.
I'm thinking that, you know, maybe you let this rest for a few months and get the sugars up
Yeah.
through that toothy wrapper, you know, get the sugars come up, and maybe we'll get a little bit more depth on the
Yeah.
cigar, because I'm not getting throughout the entire smoke, we got these flavors, but I'm not getting that umami satisfaction.
No, it's not. And, you know, this definitely isn't smoking like a traditional broadleaf, whether it be Pennsylvania or Connecticut. It's definitely, I think it's definitely picking up more binder filler taste than it is wrapper taste.
See, for me, it's that what's taken over for me is the dryness. The dryness for me, it's kind of making me feel a little bit. Yeah, I need it to be a bit wet. I feel that the dryness, like what Jimmy says, is coming right through, and I've probably, that's where I am. I'm getting that chocolate still, a little bit of pepper at the back of the throat, just sitting there, back of the at the finish. But that chocolate is what's taken over on me. I think it's nice. It's just I feel like I need 2 points of water with this.
Man, what a disappointing finish.
Yeah. And for the very end there, it was getting very hot for me. But it just, that final third, it died out and just started burning hot, burning dry.
It's good.
Yeah.
Like chocolate.
So it's definitely getting that
maybe
dry.
a little coconut. The end was a little.
I'm not getting it. It's not burning hot for me, but it's
mine's
definitely
cool.
does. It's just definitely
Yeah,
just died. You know, flavor wise died, strength wise died. The only thing that I'm picking up really out of anywhere is in the aromatics. That is it.
Yeah, it transitioned the wrong way. On.
I'd smoke it again though. I'll give it another shot. I think the first third and the second third were interesting. Worth trying again.
I'd like to see it in a couple of months.
Yeah, I think it needs to just sit in. Yeah, it needs to age a little bit more. Maybe it needs to just sit, like you say, just for a little bit longer.
I did what you said. I purged it, and it definitely changed the flavor. It did make it more bitter.
Right.
The bitterness came in very heavy near the end after I purged it. I purged it maybe 2 puffs ago. So
what did you think at the end, Pat? Did you find that it got too bitter at the end?
It got
too
very
much
weak. It got very weak at the end. There wasn't getting any strong flavor through it. So I purged it, like you said, tried that, and it changed it immensely, but it got very bitter then.
Yeah, I'm with you slightly on that one.
It's leaving a taste like on the back of my teeth in the front, at the top of my palate, behind my teeth.
I just usually I'll I'm dropping this at this. Usually I'll smoke way beyond this, but it's gotten basura for me.
Iced tea, lemon iced tea is a weird pairing. Don't recommend it.
Lee, where are you at on the CLoWnS, sir?
We are down to the end. I heard some other comments that say, I don't smoke it down to the end and to the nub or whatever. I tend to get bored. I'm off on to another cigar. So, but definitely a good cigar. It just kind of smoothed out. It's I'm going to say a good medium plus on the strength. Nice cigar though, very nice cigar. I like Lanceros anyways. Interesting that it's a Lancero in a box press that draws pretty good, burned well. Good cigar. I like it. I'd smoke this one again for sure.
Yeah, can you repeat the part about the Lancero? I don't think Dan was paying attention.
I get it. I'm in the minority here.
The first video I've ever seen of Lee Mack was he was smoking a Oliva Lancero. It was by your garage, and then that's when I just been watching ever since.
I appreciate that. I probably have. You know what? I still have some of those Lanceros from that same review. I still have them upstairs. So.
But my first Lee Mack review was the Lost and Found Scooby Snacks.
Oh yeah, that was a good cigar. I like that cigar.
This is a good stick.
We can't get the Olivia's.
I can't wait for that Friday.
Here.
Nice.
I thought that was a great stick until it threw away.
Yeah. So what happened to your stick?
Oh no, they were gracious enough to give me one greenie last Wednesday, and then I got back to Florida and I wanted to smoke it the day it came out, and it was big rain and windstorm in Florida, so I went to light it, and then I got distracted, and next thing you know, the thing just flew out of my hand about 30 feet. So I went running after it. And it was a comic show because, it just kept on, a couple more feet, into a big puddle. And I was like, really?
Uh-oh. Yeah.
That's terrible.
Got mine. Review drops Sunday.
Nice.
On the greenie.
Nice.
I won't get, well, you know what? I tracked it. I'll get mine on Saturday. So I'll smoke it before your review and then figure out how you did. Give you a score.
Joe, do you think
practically
of it, Joe?
practically everything that I smoke, you go, yeah, I was pretty much right on with you on everything you said.
Yeah. You got to see, that's a badge of honor for me, right?
Oh no, I mean I appreciate it. It just means we have our palates are somewhat similar.
Yeah, just our choice of Vitola is completely opposite.
Yeah, choice of Vitolas are opposite.
Vitola.
We should smoke that on Saturday, Saran.
Which one?
The greenie.
I think we're doing the L40 on Saturday.
Nothing wrong with 2 sticks.
There you go.
It's 2016 L40.
Where are you with yours, Joe? Joe, how are you getting on with yours?
I'm at the nub.
The little tool on it. And what's your thoughts on it? What's your thoughts on the stick at the minute?
Definitely on the more bitter side now.
I think everyone's getting that towards the final stage. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was much better in the middle. Like in that second third came on really good. I was really enjoying that second third.
All right. So I think a majority.
I don't know if I was smoking mine slower, but I'm definitely not getting the bitterness in the final third.
I must be taking. It must be English weather. Mine's still got quite a bit to go, I think.
So should we go to final thoughts?
Yes.
Danny, you want to start us off? My Danny?
So my final thought is I need to revisit this. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. We pulled some good flavors from it. I think it needs the age though, and hopefully some of that floral will die off. Some of the bitterness towards the end here is going to die off. This is what we do. This is our process. Sometimes we do revisit things, and we do put some things off to the side and say, hey, you know, we got to revisit this. And this is, for me, something I want to revisit. I'm not going to throw this out in the basura pile. Sorry, Saran. But we're gonna, you know, I definitely would want to revisit this in a couple of months and see how it changed.
So what score are you giving it?
At the moment, probably a 5.7.
Okay, Murph.
Wow. I was thinking 5.5, Danny. I'm right with you. I enjoyed the heavy floral note in the beginning. Like, I think I'm in the minority there, but I enjoyed that floral note. I enjoyed the second third. The first transition hit me hard. It had my attention. I was like, oh, this is pretty fucking good. Then it went into the sweetness. I was enjoying that. The burn, the construction were money. Spot on. Very disappointed with the third. Seems to happen a lot with these tasters. It's hard to get a solid smoke all the way through. But the journey continues. I would revisit it again. I'm not slapping a CLoWnS band on it right now. I'm not throwing it away. I would revisit it.
Bart?
I definitely at this point don't think it's clown worthy. I definitely think we would revisit it. I would like to see what it would be like in about 3 or 4 months. So I'm thinking like we're in March, April, May. I'd like to see it at the end of July, sometime around there, and see what it comes back to. That bitterness at the end, I did not enjoy it. Murph, I'm with you. I did enjoy the floral in the beginning, but that kind of goes back to where I started with the flavored cigars that I haven't had in a long time. So I did enjoy that floral in the beginning, but that bitterness at the end kind of just, it ruined the journey on this stick at the end. So I think I'd have to revisit it. I won't put it in the Basura pile. Not yet. We've had some that are really Basura. This is not in that category, but I definitely think it's something we should revisit it. If we don't revisit it, then I'm not a fan for a clown band at this time.
What's your score?
I was saying originally in my head before everybody started, definitely below a 6. I'd have to say probably in that 5 to 6 range. I don't have a definite number on it, but I was thinking in my head definitely below a 6 right off the bat.
Pat?
Yeah, echo what these guys said. The first 2/3 start off good, and you got the flavor, you got the notes. That final third was just too bitter for me. Definitely, don't put in that pile, Basura pile, because it's, has potential. It sits, I think, but I would give it like a 5.2, 5.3.
So
it was about that.
Well, for me, I'm the first third was good, a little heavy on the floor. I enjoyed it though. Second third was better, but the final third for me, I'm probably in the minority. I'm not getting any bitterness. There's a little earthiness, but I'm getting like a black coffee. So it's definitely a decent cigar. I'd probably like to revisit it as well if it's sat a little bit. I'd probably give it like 5.8.
Frank?
I love the construction on it, but I didn't like the beginning with the floral, and I didn't like the end with the bitterness. So for me, it was a turnoff. I like cigars that either transition weak and then get better as they go on. And to me, that didn't happen here. So I give it a 5.
Rookie score. Mark?
So, like Frank was saying, for the beginning, the floral, it wasn't really there, but into that second third, it was it mellowed out, but it was consistent through that whole second third. Once I hit the final third, like I said, it was it got a little loose. That's where I was thinking it was getting too hot to burn. But like everybody's saying, I mean, I'm right there about the 5.5 range. But if you let it sit it could potentially turn out to be a better cigar at that point. So I think I feel like I'm right there with everybody so far.
Des.
So the size, the cigar, I liked from the start. I did like the floral. I do like the chocolate all the way through. I have enjoyed that. There's that little bit of like pepper, which was quite nice. But I'm in agreement. It's a dry cigar towards the final third. I've struggled with it a little bit. I never put a cigar down. I literally smoked enough, but I'm starting to get a little bit nauseous with it. I kind of think, I could finish putting it down. The construction, everything is lovely. There's the chocolate, the little bit of cinnamon that I got that was quite nice, but it's all dissipated now, and I've got that. I'm getting that bitterness at the end, that ammonia. So for me, because I like the chocolate, I like the size, I like the burn, I like the construction, it's probably a 5.7 for me.
Saran.
So for me, I enjoyed the pregame on the cigar quite a bit. The cold draw, the smell off the wrapper. It was very floral, but I enjoyed the scent off the wrapper. As I'm smoking the cigar, the first third, I like that first blast of pepper, then it smoothed out. But I did not enjoy the floral throughout the cigar. Wish it had a little bit more sweetness to it, a little bit more depth to it. It was a very, how do I say this? A very middle of the road smoking experience for me. Wanted, when I pick up a cigar like that, I expect some depth. The transitions were there, but they were very nuanced transitions. The final third really killed it for me. I'm not going to put it in the Bizarre. I mean, we've had some Bizarre sticks. It's not a pure Bizarre stick, but I would say that maybe 6 months of rest or more under certain maturation conditions to pull the sugars out would maybe, make this appealing stick. It's definitely not a clown stick for me. All my clown sticks are cigars I want to smoke. And if I can't make a decision on, 3,000 other sticks, I'll just pick up a clown stick. I know that it's going to be a satisfying smoke. It wasn't very satisfying for me. I'm going to go with a 5.2. I'll be very surprised that if we revisit it, that would make that big of a difference. Clowns need to be
right
8.5 or better to be considered for me.
Austin Jimmy.
I'm going to echo a few of those comments. I wasn't a fan of the continual floral notes going through it. I just think it was kind of overpowering the cigar through the first half. I did like the cocoa powder notes that were coming through. I didn't get a lot of the pepper that people talked about or the cinnamon. I did get some of that caramel sweetness that wanted to break through stronger, but just didn't. And that dryness at the end is, for me, just it kind of turned me off. So between that and floral, yeah, I don't think this is ready to be wearing a clown's band.
Want to give it a number?
For me, well, I'll use your scale. So I'm going to go with you guys. It's in the mid 5.5, 5.6, in that range. It's no way is it up there at the 8.5.
Okay. Dan, 505.
I wasn't overly thrilled with that floralness to start off with. Felt it was too strong. The second third really, was, I think, the best part of the stick. The final third, for me, it didn't get bitter. It just died. I just wasn't getting anything.
I agree.
The retro was the strongest thing on this throughout the entire smoke, start to finish. The aromatics were very nice throughout the entire smoke. But you know, you can't judge a cigar based upon your aromatics.
Right.
You know, it needs to be a complete smoke from all taste points, and it just wasn't there. I was in the fives going into that through that second third, but it dying in that final third, I got to drop that down to about a 4.7 because I wasn't a fan, and I don't think even with it sitting, revisiting is going to make much of a difference on that stick. I still think that's going to be still overly florally, you know. Even then, even if it is tamed down, I still think it's too much floral to start off a smoke with. So I'm going to go 4.7, and if we revisit, we revisit. If we don't, we don't.
Joe?
Originally, I think in that first third, I would have probably put it at about a 6. And into the second third, I'd put it at about 7.2. Overall, I'd probably put it at about a 5.6.
Okay. So I thought I was going to be in the minority, but I'm kind of rolling with Dan 505. For me, I'm not an overly huge fan of floral, especially, you know, smelling it. The aroma on it was interesting and different. Definitely something different that we've smoked as a panel as a whole. I would even think before we did taste tester, and even when we were tasting sticks for the past 3 years, it was definitely interesting in the middle. For me, I definitely would not want to revisit this stick at all. I think it goes in the basura pile for me. I'm not interested in trying it again. I'm on the cusp of like a 4.6, 4.5 for me. I don't think it's worth revisiting for me. This is kind of like a one and done, I would say, for me. Based on and the only reason why it's gotten that, you know, rating too is, I mean, listen, the construction was flawless, the smoke output was flawless, the dragon clouds were there, hit all those criteria that we kind of look for in a stick. But as far as flavor wise, I think this is too wonky and too different. It's kind of, it's just, it was weird for me. I wasn't really a huge fan of the whole tasting process with this. It didn't, you know, hit any buttons for me. It wasn't anything like, oh wow, like this can, you know, potentially get better. And, you know, we've had sticks in the past that we've done that have been started off great, middle was great, and then just died, kind of like Dan said, it kind of just died at the end. And I kind of feel it met those criteria of cigars that we've smoked recently, and it just didn't hit anything to me where it's like, wow, I'm really into this stick. That's so I'm definitely at like that 4.6, 4.5. I definitely wouldn't want to revisit this. I don't think it's going to get any better. I think the floral notes might even get a little bit stronger with age because it's all over the wrapper. So for me, it's a hard no for me. I don't need to touch this cigar again. That's just me. As far as the taste tester, that's, you know, pretty much like, it kind of seems like it's, you know, not really where it needs to be at. Lee, do you want to kind of give your feedback as a whole on the CLoWnS, or do you want to hold off and do your viral releasing of that for the general population?
Yeah, I'll do it again. I'll do a review on it, and that way I can really pay attention to what it is that I'm doing. I've had the first experience. First experience wasn't bad. Would definitely be interesting to see what it smokes like again. I like the process. I like what you guys are doing. Just one question: your numbers. What is the scale? What's the top and what's the bottom of your scale?
1 to 10. We do the bar stool system in our taste tester.
Okay. I like it. I like it. I like it.
No, you know, a 5.0 is a rookie score, a 9.0 is a rookie score. We kind of follow that little thing because I enjoy Barstool reviews. Me and Danny have watched many Barstool reviews together, and we're big fans of it. So that's kind of where we came up with our number system. I know yours is a little bit different. I know Jimmy's is a little bit different. I know Dan's is a little bit different, and Joe and Dez. Everybody's got their little different system, but that's kind of the system we follow. 1 to 10. What do you think? You know, we base our review on a stick on construction, smoke output, transitions, flavor. They got to meet all those criteria as a whole. Of everybody that's been on the panel prior to where we're going to say it's clown worthy and it's worth us going out and putting a band on and getting it out to everybody. So that's kind of what the system that we follow on our end, and we kind of transition that into this.
Right. So is 8.5 the like minimum clown worthy number?
Yeah, I mean, if you go off the Boston Jimmy scale, the lowest cigar we've ever had rated by Boston Jimmy was an 88, and the highest we've ever had is a 96.
Okay, gotcha.
So, I mean, you know, we're trying to stay in that consistency of that 90 range when we're going to say this is definitely something that's going to go out to, you know, our fan base and our cult following that we have and our reviewers that we feel that you guys are going to enjoy. You know, Murph kind of touches on it all the time. You know, for a long time when we were starting this process up, we kind of put out there that we wanted you to trust our palate, right?
Right.
We don't release where we kind of, you know, we kind of keep it close to the chest. We don't release where the farms that we're dealing with. We don't really release much of the specs on the sticks, very minute details. We want to hand you that stick like we're handing you in a Taste Tester Tuesday, like we do to experience the stick and tell us what you think about it, what flavor note you're pulling off. And maybe it's something that you're going to get that I didn't get, or vice versa. Maybe it's going to be the same things. So our model that we follow is that we want to kind of let the fan base that we have know that we're going to give you something that's good quality, and we're never going to rush out a stick. If it takes us another 3 taste testers to find a stick, so be it. We're never going to rush a stick out to market because we want to make money or we need to keep it going. We want that quality stamp's got to be put on that stick before we even consider dropping.
Right. And one thing I do appreciate, even though going through the process, you know, everyone kind of pulled out different things and said, this was good, I like this. But when it got to the end, the general consensus was, yeah, it's good, but I don't want to smoke it again. Maybe with rest. I don't think it with rest. So it's kind of like you're thinking the same way that I think in my head. There's certain cigars that you go, yeah, it wasn't good today, but I think it has potential. But I kind of hear like the general consensus here is like, yeah, I don't think this is going to live up to what we put out. So that's a good thing.
Right. And again, you know, that kind of speaks for the next Lancero that we're dropping in 15 days from now. That was a general consensus right off the bat. That was high 90s all around. Everybody loved it. Everybody raved about it. Everybody was into it from the start right up through the first third into the middle into the end. Everybody just kind of was like all on board and all on the same wavelength as far as the stick was concerned. And you know, we sat back as a collective when we got in our meeting the following Tuesday, because we do meetings as a brand every Tuesday, and you know, up to date on stuff, what we're doing and what's coming out and what future projects that we have doing, you know, that are in the works. So when we sat down as a collective, you know, we've been looking for a Lancero for almost 3 years now, and we had happened to find 2 of them. One of them being way before we started the taste tester, which is the one that you smoked today. And then the second one we found in a taste tester. So we said, you know what, we're doing this 3-ring circus project. Why not do 2 Lanceros? Everybody's been asking, well, when we putting a Lancero out? When we putting a Lancero out? So we decided to drop 2 in this first 3-ring circus venture, and it's been pretty successful for us. It went over very well at OGT, sold out in 6 minutes, and then the Greenie sold out in about a half hour at Caravan on Saturday. We're hoping for the same, you know, thing at Main Street in a couple of weeks. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the process that we go through. I know, like, when you were first introduced to us back in the Ron, and then we had a conversation at Lou League's release button for the Jack in the Box, and we kind of started talking and whatnot. You know, you were kind of, you know, and I know you did the review. We sent you the AVB, and you know, you were kind of trying to find details about what we're doing and how we're doing what we're doing. So, you know, this is another reason why, you know, besides the fact that we have the ultimate respect for you as a reviewer in the industry, just like Boston Jimmy, you know, we want people like you to be part of this process of what we do and see what we do behind the scenes and kind of appreciate the work that we put in to putting out quality stuff. And we aim to, you know, be on that Boston Jimmy end of the year best sticks in you know, the craft boutique industry. And the same thing goes for Lemax reviews. We want to be on those lists because we respect those. The same things with Dan. We had 2 of our sticks that were on his top 5 of the year. Same thing with, you know, with Joe and Dez. You know, we appreciate it. We're humbled by the, you know, guys like you who take the time out of your day to smoke our sticks and give us feedback on what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, and you know, we appreciate the feedback and we appreciate the support at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, and it's like I said in one of my reviews, it's like, you know, when I didn't know a whole lot about the group and what you were doing, I was like, I don't know what they're doing, but whoever it is and whatever the panel is that's picking them, they're picking some good cigars, and that's, you know, for the consumers. If you pay your $8, $9, $10, $11, $12, $13 for a cigar, you want to be able to smoke a cigar and say, hey, like Sev, you know, hey, look at the construction. I can stack dimes with this and get a long ash if I want to. Hey, the flavor is great. It's got some good transitions. This is a good cigar. I don't care whose name is on it. It's a good cigar and it's worth my money because most people work hard for their money.
Absolutely.
So yeah, good process, man. I like it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
I
Anybody got
agree.
anything
I
else
agree
on
with that.
Yeah, it does.
I agree with that. Coming on this panel tonight, just listen to what people are saying, their thoughts. I think it's a great way of doing it because it really determines what you're going to put out. Because, like you say, you need this in a way to siphon out what you don't want to put out because you have a standard now, and it has to stay the same. And I think from me, this is the first time I've done this, and I've learned loads from just listening to Boston Jimmy, Murph, Pat, obviously Lee didn't have the cigar, but just everyone's feedback. It's great for me to come in and just sit here and have an opinion on it and have something to do with what's going to happen next with you guys. I think it's incredible. So thank you for inviting me on, sending me the cigars.
Thanks for staying up late.
Be a part of you guys. Yeah, it's nearly 1:45 in the morning, but it feels like it's not even late, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. I think it's brilliant what you're doing. Really enjoyed it.
Appreciate it. Sev, you want to throw your 2 cents in being, on your first panel?
I love it. I'm just glad I could be here. Thank you for having me. Definitely a crazy learning experience, and like we do a little small thing on Saturdays, but having everybody here is just, it's even better with everybody talking and notes just bouncing off of each other. Just once again, just thanks for having me.
Yeah, and you know what? That also kind of shows what we're doing as a brand, right? We're very approachable. We like to be involved in the industry. We like to be involved with our reviewers. We like to be involved with our consumers. And this panel is a diverse panel. You have the brand owners, 4 of the brand owners in on it. Yeah, we missing Joe and Nick this week. Unfortunately, hopefully next Tuesday we'll have everybody on, but it happens sometimes. Having consumers and our co-followers, which we call the roadies, from day one, who've been supporters of ours since we started as an underground group. And our reviewers, and Boston Jimmy shined a light on us when we went on an interview with him almost 2.5 years ago now, and having guys like Lee, it's such a diverse panel, and I think that's what makes this so special at the end of the day, that we can have reviewers, brand owners, and consumers sitting in a panel going through the process that we've been going through for 3 years to try to find, continue on our journey to find the perfect stick. And I hope to God we never find it. To God we never find it. I'll do this for the next 50 years if I can. You know what I'm saying? I want to keep doing this. I want to keep smoking cigars. If they're basura or they're fantastic or they're great. But again, it kind of speaks to the mystique of the cigar clowns, right? Where we're on the journey to find the perfect stick. And you know what? In this taste tester, the stick, particularly out of the 3, wasn't a winner in my opinion. So now it's on to the next one for next week, and it's on to the next one after that. Hopefully we can find something in this taste tester of the sticks that we all have, which Lee will have this week, hopefully. At some point.
It'll get there. It'll get there.
I would like to say
they'll get to you,
it
Lee.
sucks
They
that
will get to you.
your guys' cigar got bitter at the end, because at the end for me, I was pulling out coffee, some nuttiness. There was some salt in there. The final third was actually pretty good for me.
Interesting.
And with that being said, if there's anything that we can do for our reviewers and they need us for anything as promotional is concerned, or anything that we can do to help boost, or we can support, or jump on a channel or send traffic your way by people watching this, absolutely follow Lee Mac on YouTube. Lee Mac 912, one of the best in the industry. Follow Boston Jimmy, Stogie Press.
Yep.
Another one of the best reviewers, and we have Cigar Royalty in here. We're honored to have you guys. 505, making strides day by day. Evil Empire, making strides day by day. Cigar Cabinet, up and coming as far. Follow all these guys on their social media. We have Discord now. Join our Discord server. We got a nice little conversation. Thanks to Frank for setting that up and pretty much running it for us at this point. So we appreciate Frank for what he's doing. We're on YouTube, Cigar Clowns on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and again, another Taste Tester Tuesday in the books. Anybody have any final things to say?
Yeah. Number one, I really want to thank everybody for the hospitality last week. That was awesome. You guys, I feel like I have a second family up in New York. And that was, great for me. And we all came together on these taste tests, and Jimmy and I hung out a little bit at Great Smoke. And I just, love the the brotherhood, and the camaraderie and everything like that. I am absolutely, I've been a huge fan of yours since I picked up my first clown stick, and it's great to be part of this process. And live it with you guys. If you guys are gonna do it for the next 50 years, I hope I'm around for that, for sure.
Me too.
And look, the one thing I have, I've been thinking about this quite a bit is, with the 3-ring circus, you guys, and the Scarab Moves, that was a lot, right? That's 4 sticks in a period of 3 months. Just stick to your process. If you don't find, I know that we taste tested the Lancero, the Flaco. If it's not clown worthy, don't put it out.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Absolutely.
Don't put it out if it's not clown worthy. And I think, people now, you guys have the momentum, you guys have the cult following, you have this organic movement, you've got the FOMO thing going on, right? For sure. Let's just make sure that we put out the best we can possible. Keep the clowns up there.
Taking over the world.
Yeah,
There you go.
And do it by taking over the world, not just putting out the volume, right? When these brands, they start off as boutique and they start going volume, and then they plateau. I don't ever want to see the clowns plateau.
Neither do I.
Nope.
Only as good as our last stick. Gotta
That's
keep that
right.
in mind.
All right, boys, I'm gonna get going. Another great night. I'll talk to you guys
Good night.
soon.
All right,
All right,
Frank.
Take care, everyone.
All right, everybody. That was a pleasure. As
All right.
always.
Another taste
Sure,
test
guys.
is in the books. We'll see everybody next Tuesday, same bad time, same bad channel.
All right, we'll see you next week.
Absolutely.
I
Take care,
won't be
guys.
here
All
next
right.
Tuesday. I won't be around next Tuesday. I'm going to be on business in Fort Worth. So
I'll put a picture of you behind me so you hear it.
just put a picture.
We're gonna have to survive without
I'll
you, Jimmy.
smoke it beforehand and I'll just send you my thoughts.
Okay,
All
sounds
right?
good. Gentlemen, it's always a pleasure.
Which one is it?
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll let
Well,
you.
you tell me beforehand. Okay.
Figure
Like
it
tell
out.
me like this week and I'll smoke it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I might even
Thank-
just smoke it when I'm out in Fort Worth and just send you
Good.
information.
Go for it.
All right? No problem.
Sounds good.
Here,
Guys, thank you for joining us
Bye,
for the
guys.
first time. Seb,
Absolute
Lee, Matt,
pleasure.
you guys, thank you for coming on, and we will see everybody.